Hello, hello. Hi, I have tea! I have tea! I'm so happy. I have tea. I have my green tea. I also have a cold drink. All of my drinks are temperatured in some way today, and I'm very happy about it because it means I get to feel hydrated for the first time in weeks. So, let's turn my music down because I don't need it that loud. Shouldn't have affected you guys at all. Hi. We're going to be making snakes, I say, because I had this half snake that I need to finish off. I realise I need to probably go get my eyeballs if I'm going to do other snakes, but we're at the stage of this snake where you just kind of go around in circles. I'll grab the hook I was using yesterday. I say with confidence, realising I don't actually know what the hook I was using yesterday is. Was it not in here? Did I stab it in this? No? There it is. So, I'm just gonna go. This is one I do have a pattern for. It is not my pattern. So if you want to make this yourself, I have the link. It is free on Ribbler. And we just kind of crochet around in circles. This yarn is from Twink Knits on Etsy. I can also send a link to the yarn should you guys need it. But also, if you know what games these soundtracks are from, you're welcome to yell it out in chat. I have unmuted. Good. Had worry. But today and tomorrow we'll be crafting, and then on Monday we'll come back with hogs and back to gaming, because hopefully by then things in my life will be a little calmer. But I did have a lovely board game evening yesterday, which was absolutely lovely. I'm realizing, just trying to get the ratio of music to my voice right. Probably better. I don't want it to be too loud. I don't want to yell over the music. Yeah, we had a lovely game of Doomlings. Of course I lost both times, I don't really mind that, but it was fun. With some of Minnie's friends, so that was nice. The thing is as well, each one of these snakes is a slightly different length, because I just do them long enough to tie in a knot. I don't yet have a, oh yes, it's going to be this many stitches, because I don't want to count. So it's a soul read on whether or not I want to stop at a certain point. I've sold a couple of these now. I've sold 3, 4. I've sold 4 of these. Kofu's interested. This might be the one Kofu gets. I do want to rewind this ball of yarn, but I've taken the thingy off. I hope everyone is okay. And I hope that I want to say Thursday, I hope it's Thursday. This week has been a bit of a mess when it comes to days. In my mind. Because we've been doing so much. My pain is particularly bad. Particularly bad today. But I'm so happy that I've got the mini fridge up and working. I've got, I don't know if you guys can hear it. I hope you can't, but if you can, sorry, but also means I can access cold drinks. And my kettle arrived, my new good one. So, the one currently covered in sealing in the kitchen doesn't have to be rescued for me to have tea. And I have tea today. I have gunpowder green. I've almost gone through 250 grams of it recently. Not just to justify the new kettle, I promise. But I do, I love tea. I have some herbal teas. I also have some, a chocolate popcorn tea that I want to try, and I want to actually boil it properly because it's an 80-degree brew, right? I want Destro to try tea. And it smells like chocolate digestives. And Destro does not like his drinks to be warm. But I'm hoping maybe there's one. I don't know what this is. Oh! Ah, no wonder I'm enjoying it. It's part of the Anti-Birth soundtrack. At least you have to deal with me doing just numbers over and over again today. At least not yet. The only problem with snakes, especially the larger ones, is stuffing them. I do have stuffing here so I can actually finish this snake. We'll also be doing a... Do I just want to launch straight into a mushroom? Maybe. Launch straight into a mushroom. But yeah, I'm kind of using this as an excuse to finish off some projects. I have, obviously, I have projects to finish off, don't get me wrong. But I'm in like the last bits of the mushroom bit, and it's just the last bit of a slog is like, oh, I just need to make a bunch of hands in a yarn that isn't my favourite weight. That's what how thick the yarn is. Isn't my favourite weight to use. So I'm so excited to get paid. I have plans for mini mushrooms. I'm very excited about. What's your favourite tea of all time? I can't remember. I have a bad memory. We've talked about tea a lot, so you might have done, but also I would love to hear it again, or for the first time, whichever one of those is true. Do I own Titan Songs? I might own Titan Songs. I don't know. It's called La Presente Souchon. It is a Chinese black tea that is dried over an open fire of pines. It's extra smoky and rich, but it's smooth as tea. Zero bitterness. That sounds really good. That sounds really good. I, however, love me a good bitterness to my tea. Anything with citrusy undertones, oh, give it to me. Anything with a little bit of like tannins, give it to me. I do have a lot of tea to drink, but I shall bear it in mind. Lapsang Souchon. I don't know how long this really is. Okay, so what I do, this is how I stuff. If you pull it apart a little bit, it stops the little lumpies that come when it's, you see it's kind of got little lumps and it's not consistent, whereas this is more consistent. So you kind of pull it apart a little bit and it gives a fluffier stuffing, more consistent stuffing. Plus it's really fun to do. There might end up being an addition in this gap right here very soon. You might actually get to see some of my yarn problem. Yeah, we're hopefully, excuse me, I just finger a snake, hold on. We're hopefully, when we get our money back from the food that we shouldn't have had to spend on because of our kitchen, going to get another one that I've got my yarn on currently. It's a Kallax unit from IKEA, but not sponsored. It's the one with the squares. It's a very famous one. We might get some drawers for my skeins because they don't stack well like the balls do. Why am I doing this like a sausage? To make it consistent. Okay. How close is this to soon? But that's exciting. Yeah, it's good. It's my first hot drink in a week.
So obnoxious. It's great.
Overall, I'm feeling a bit more positive. It's just... I'm just waiting. We're currently in survival mode, right? And we're just waiting for the next thing to go wrong. And that's not how people should live their life. But I hope so much that landlord can find another cleaner, we can get the ceiling off the floor, and we can use it again. That's what I want. Our fridge and freezer are just full of meals that we haven't been able to eat because we've had the twice we've been promised. You know, so we had a shop come in just before the ceiling came down, like the day before. And then we were there like, oh, we'll order a shop for when, so we have some fresh fruit and veg for when after it's cleaned, and then it wasn't cleaned, so... But, oh well. Oh, Kingdom Two Crowns. I played that. But yeah, I've got my mini fridge set up, very happy. Got cold drink, sweating so badly. I think I have a fever. Because I keep going hot, cold, clammy, that kind of horribleness. So that's gross. I probably won't have to get ice if I make a couple of just mushroom pieces. I can make a couple of mushroom pieces rather than... And then tomorrow I might whip out a big hook and we can make some feet together. Oh, Wiggles! Hell yeah, love Wiggles. Wiggles is one of the cutest. That'll do. Right. Cutie patootie. And like, I had one of my recurring dreams, and Destro woke me up like, hey, you're having a nightmare because your breathing's doing the nightmare thing. And I'm there like, it hadn't got to nightmare yet. So Destro probably saved me some mental anguish, which was nice. So let's have a go at... Oh, that's not what I wanted. have a go at what Spotify wants to play me as game tracks. Nightmares are horrible, yeah. They're hyper realistic as well, just to add to the joy. We love that joy of not actually knowing whether... Oh, the two things. One, not actually knowing whether or not I've really woken up. Because I have pretend wake-ups in my nightmares a lot of the time. And then just stress, you know? I genuinely just like this song. I'm just gonna add that to my... Yeah. But I'm very fortunate that my nightmares only happen when I'm stressed. And I'm in a very privileged position that I'm not stressed all too often. However, currently I'm very stressed. And like, you know Destro. Oh, thank you for the huggies. You know Destro. We all know Destro. Fun-loving, pun-making spouse of mine. Destro actually got angry for one of the first times in a while because basically people were treating us like morons. We called up the emergency line. Sorry, I'm leaning on my desk and it's making everything jiggle. We called up the emergency line like, hey, our ceiling's leaking. I'm talking about you, don't worry about it.
You're snuggle?
Because Minnie hadn't seen you angry before. Yeah. And we've lived with Minnie for 3 years now. Like, give you an idea of how not angry of a person Destro is. I actually need a stitch marker.
Why was my anger brought?
I'm talking about the idiots on the other end of the phone. And of course they treat us like morons. Like, we can't put a repair in. And it's like, do you really think we want a repair when there's water coming down from our light fitting? Like, excuse me?
I would like that for not to be water coming from my light fitting.
Like, this is step one. No water should be dripping from our electrics. I think it's a problem when that happens. There's just... I'm not used to this kind of stitch marker, so... If I'm a bit like, what the fuck do I do? These I got given free with an order. Are they auto-closing ones? How am I meant to... Do I...
Has Minnie said anything pissed about seeing me angry?
Oh, we were talking about it. And I kind of asked, have you seen Destro angry before? And he was like, no. Who's this one?
Doesn't happen often.
It really doesn't happen often.
It takes a very special breed of events to...
Like, when you've worked in customer service for so long. Use one of these are easier. But yeah, and so Destro got angry, and perfectly within their right to do, honestly. If they were talking down to us, from what I could tell, they were there like basically shitty. And it was just ridiculous that they genuinely thought that that's what we were calling for. People are shitty. Yeah. You're right.
Who's preaching through?
Piggy.
Eddie.
I've noticed that you've had YouTube videos up again, Leona. Which is nice to see. Because obviously I'm a little shitty. Like right now, I'm not very well. You're going back into things again. Hell yeah. I see you. I see you working hard. I'm one of your subscribers, I promise.
I didn't know about YouTube.
Never named. Hello. And on the inside. Inside, your sparkles rainbow. Both. Thank you. I appreciate it. How is Never Named? How are you doing? I have tea today, Never Named. This is my first. I've been going through withdrawals of tea. It's my first tea in a week. There ought to be blood and meat on the inside, not glitter. I'm gay, Never Named. This is not an oxygen binding molecule. I think we all have microplastics. Come on now. There's a smile. Listen. It's not hard to make me smile. It's a lot easier when I'm not going through shit. Hey, Never Named, guess who had 3 extra leaks in our ceiling? In our home or my body? In the home. Oh, ceiling. Yeah, my body ceiling was... Luckily they got fixed within 24 hours.
I now want to nip to the shop at some point, buy a leak, and come back and be like, oh guys, we got a leak, and then you'll both rush out and be like,
No. Too soon.
like a couple of weeks time.
Oh, years. Maybe you should stop having pistol duels indoors. It's upstairs, blasting a hole through their toilet. That's the problem. I don't know what upstairs have been eating, but a hole the size of a tennis ball through their waste pipe of their toilet. Just blast the arse cannon. No, just life, and I can't enjoy games at the moment. This is my coping mechanism. I don't know if anyone is aware of this. This is how I calm down, having to focus on something, creating something, grounding myself mental health wise. This is how I do it. And that's why I have so much that I sell it, because it's a lot. The offender's got an application for fucking Texas. It's almost as bad as saying taking a trip to Florida. Gross. We now live in a world where Florida is worse than Texas. I just want to... I just want everyone to be aware of that one. Oh, I actually need to play Deltarune. But yeah, imagine being in a financial position to take a holiday. I mean, we are. We just... I reread your message, Never Named, and my brain auto-corrected goddamn to condom. And so what I read was condom vacation, and I had to double take to actually read it again. Although it's the next town over, just as valid. That's very true. We're hoping in a couple of months to go see my grandma again. September. But it's just a break in routine, isn't it? A positive break in routine. God of Chaos, who is currently residing in my home, keeping the ceiling down. How dare you? I live in a major British city. Oh, never named. Here's a fun thing for you to get angry about people over. I went for a meal. Yeah, but you live indoors. Listen! Shut up. I went for a meal, right? Our kitchen's still not down. They're like, sod it. Instead of getting takeaway, we'll go out for a meal. There's a local restaurant near us we go to a lot. They have been pretty good in the past, right? I can't park in a disabled space because arseholes who have, you know, got no badge, whether or not they're disabled, irrelevant. To park there, you have to have a blue badge, right? It's a nickname blue badge, it's a disabled parking permit, but you have to have a blue badge. And they didn't, and were there like, okay, we'll have a word inside. On the way down the hill and the stairs, you've met me, well, you're aware of me, with a mobility issue. I fell downstairs, right? I've hurt my knee. My knee is still swollen. It has been 4 days. My kneecap hasn't gone back to its resting state. So, you know, we get in, I have a scrape on my knee, and I'm there like, I want to talk to someone about this. We get the assistant manager who's there like, oh, there's not really anything we can do. We don't manage the car park. And I'm there like, what? It took 40 minutes for me to get first aid. And the first aid was, literally all I needed was, I guess I needed some ice as well. But she offered us, she was there like, oh, do you want to wait till after your main to fill out this thing? And I'm there like, we're not sure whether we're having a main yet. So I'm trying to sell us things and actually, you know, look after your patrons. Oh no, the ice was an extra half an hour, never named, don't be silly. It was an alcohol wipe and a plaster from the first aid kit. And we're there like, yeah, hi, this wouldn't have happened if you actually had any form of policing on your disabled parking space. Good to know they don't refrigerate their food. Yeah, exactly. It's a restaurant, hot food. Once you cook it, all the bacteria goes away, right? But no, like, I get it was a busy Saturday, things are going to take time. Oh no, we ate. Don't get me wrong, we ate. But that was only because I couldn't walk out right away. Because I fell down. But, you know, they're like, oh, we're going to talk to corporate and see what we can do to actually help our disabled patrons. Because it was obvious we were pissed. Like, Minnie, my partner, is not going there again. Yeah, I didn't even eat salmon. Can you believe? No. I had beef anyway, so. But yeah, so now I'm having literal problems with my leg and my knee because all my hips not okay and my kneecaps swollen out of place. Right? But no. Right, so we take pictures and we report it to the council. And apparently it's not the council's fucking domain, right? We have to report it to the police. And it's like, no one cares. There was one member of staff in that entire restaurant who was there like, What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is this dystopian shit? I'll take my break to call the fucking non-emergency line. Because, like, she can't... On the clock, she can't go against her manager. But in her personal time, she can do what she wants. And it was the only person who gave half a shit. Went outside of Maidbridge City and you almost got a vacation to the hospital. Yeah. That thing you said, that's why it came up. I'm so good at predicting the past. Do you know what? I can do it too. But yeah, it's just that annoyed me. And obviously now I'm in pain. It's going to take weeks for me to recover. I don't have a kitchen. I still don't have a kitchen. And then we had additional leaking. I got dripped on by toilet wastewater. Which, you know, it went through 2 layers of ceiling. I'm glad someone stuck up for you. Didn't amount to much. Yeah. But yeah, so it like took the time out on the day to be there like that. I'll try and do something, like this isn't right. And I think this woman had a word with the other woman, because the other woman was just kind of grumpy about having to fill out a first aid form. Which we put in the first aid form. It is entirely your fault for her not policing your disabled parking spaces. So that a disabled person had to go and, you know. The only good thing about it is it was on private land, right? So, you know, someone else was able to move my car. Because I wasn't going back up the hill. Oh, so I got bites. And the bites now are the size of my thumbnail. This was Saturday. It's nearly a week, right? The bites are the size of my thumbnail. And they haven't gone down. What bites? Did the stairs bite you? No, the insects. It's summer. Yeah, just because you're freezing your nipples off down there, it doesn't mean the rest of us are. It was related, because I had to stand outside to wait for my partner to move my car. Because I wasn't going back up the hill, I'd just fallen down. The stairs of the restaurant. Yeah, the restaurant manager bit me. No, the insects. Because they have this... Yeah. Because I had to stand outside in a major British city, I got bitten by the local wildlife and not the manager. So then the car had to be brought down to me so I could drive it home. I was mauled by the servant boy. But yeah, it wasn't until, like, I was almost crying in pain, and it wasn't until the nice manager talked to the not nice manager that the manager was there like, oh shit, maybe I should actually do something. I know. I know. I'm aware. You and I have spoken a lot. But, yeah, and obviously, it's just... No one... no one takes being disabled seriously. It's like, you could become disabled at any point. And until that point, are you just not going to take the issues that we face seriously? And then all of a sudden you're going to be there like, why is no one standing up for disabled people? And it's like, oh, it's almost as if you could have been. Yeah, it takes one misstep and then you're in my position. Bill them for repainting it. Oh, I would if they weren't plain concrete. That's the problem here. That's why it hurt my knee so much, when your full body weight goes down on your knee on a set of concrete steps that are covered in gravel. But anyway. If we painted them with blood, it's not repainting if they weren't painted to begin with. Why would there be gravel on concrete steps, one wonders? Because there was a gravel path further up the hill for grip. So obviously the gravel gets moved down. Hi Hovian, how you doing? Yeah, it's just paint. Natural erosion. Yeah, they used to give a shit there when the natural erosion happened. This is the thing, right? Even in their disabled toilet, there is not enough room for a wheelchair transfer. So if I were in a wheelchair, I would have to pee with the door open. No one should have to pee in a public place with the door open. You know? But yeah. No. We don't. I want to make that very clear. That was sarcasm. Finishing off the tail of this. Also, I haven't had a drink in a bit. We are compliant. Yeah. See, here's the thing. You don't have to have a disabled toilet. So, the wording of the law is that disabled people have to have the same access to facilities. Push down the stairs, but like in a sexy way. It's already slapped me in the face, but in like a sexy way. Push me down the stairs like you're trying to abort my firstborn child. No, but what was I saying? Yeah, you don't have to have a disabled toilet. You can slap a handle on a toilet and call that accessible. Which is disgusting. Like the amount of, so fun fact, in emergency pull cord, in the UK at least, should touch the floor. The reason for this is if someone who is paralysed, quadriplegic, needs to pull the emergency alarm to have help, they can do it with their teeth from the floor, right? I have had only 2 toilets actually comply with this. in the last month. I've got to sew up the end, but I didn't bring any needles over, so... Yep, so you can reach it if you fall, right? But people tie them up. It's just a never-ending cycle. I slip on my own puddles and not their puddles, and then it doesn't do it the same. But yeah, they don't touch the floor. And I make a point every time. It's what I call my pussy. Right, shutting up about shutting up about that. Anyway. Mushroom time? Mushroom time. Just certain things piss me off, and one of them is that people don't take disabled issues seriously until they are part of the disabled community. We don't let your kind in here. So here's a fun fact as well. Something that's good. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to directly buzz. So something good that the UK has is the UK is a breastfeeding friendly country. Right? So that if you... Oh, I only give a goddamn about when it suits them. Exactly. That's it. But anyway, it's breastfeeding friendly country, so it's kind of nice that it doesn't... If you have a kid, then you are breastfeeding. You can breastfeed anywhere. Tell them you know a guy who has easy access to crates of Brazilian diarrhea rats. You roll that and then lose the shit all over the unrefrigerated meats. Maybe they're into that. Maybe that's the kind of patrons they get. What soundtrack is this? You think they'd be more used to this? Those are the kind of foods they serve. I mean, yeah. It's just... It's personally annoying. Because... It's just annoying. You know why it's annoying. I've gone over why it's annoying. I gotta collect them all. What new disability have I got today? Oh good, it's an autoimmune disease. Yay! Oh, I haven't had a curry in so long. Things I don't like takeaway curries, right? Because they always put things in that I have sensory issues with. Mainly big chunks of onion. So I just don't like. I don't like ordering curry in, so I won't order an Indian. But I'll make a curry. But guess what I can't do? Make a fucking curry. Oh, fun! I'll make sure to make friends with them, and also tell them to wash their hands. I mean, if a rat in a box turned up, I'd look after it, I promise. Well, I've signed up a contract that says I won't release it. I'll sign it with my fingers crossed there. And it also has no brain. I mean, then they'd be as competent as the manager who served us. But can we talk about positive things? There's a reason I'm not gaming this week, and it's because of all the negativity in my life right now. Positive things. Good things. Like me finally shipping my nearly 400 quid order. Been reading up on the Eight Immortals. Care to share? Figures of Chinese myth. I need to get back into reading. I'd started The Mistborn. No, started a book by Peter F. Hamilton, but a Taoist religious figure who each attained immortality is said to travel in a group. Ooh. You wouldn't want those at your restaurant. They better be looming and ominous. I haven't even finished my caffeine yet. What's wrong with me? Benevolent, jolly and kind and very drunk. Nice. It's nice to have myths about kind people. They're one of the mysterious old man that makes berry wine from fountain brambles that they all get shit-faced on. Fuck yeah! Your bedroom line. You make me berry wine from mountain brambles. But how come you're reading up on them? Did you gain a particular interest one day, or? You just think it's an interesting concept that's underexplored in the Western media. A lot of essentially non-Western myths and legends just aren't explored. Like Chinese, Korean, like Japanese, and then we even get like the Indian myths and legends and African, and we just don't hear about them. Like, even we don't hear anything about Maori stuff. We don't hear anything at all. In the Western media, due to Japan's key position in the production of animated interactive media. As someone who doesn't consume too much animated and interactive media, I can't comment on that at all. So I don't know enough about that. I'll have to take your word on it. But yeah. I will say there is Japanese and Korean horror do take into account some of the more horrific myths, legends, demons, etc. But those are very particular genres. I somehow found the way in Western media that also feel completely random, like zombies. Well, I feel like zombies comes from the fear of plague-ridden dead bodies. That's my personal thought. I wonder who came up with the idea of zombies. Is it? Oh, well, what's the origin of zombies? I would have logically thought that it was folklore of Central Africa. Oh, I did not know this. Today I learned. Thank you. I need to play more horror. I'm actually playing in my spare time a game called Chernobyl. It was later influenced by Haitian voodoo religion. Voodoo religion. I can... I wish there was more about actual voodoo religion, because we see voodoo as like bad and scary. And it's like, isn't it just a lot of it's healing? And I wish there was more about the rest of it in Western media. I am counting as I'm going, so having to, if my speech is a little stilted, I'm having to do numbers as well. Like, I'm counting up to 5 repeatedly in my head right now. This is such a good song. At some point, Mr. Mighty started using the concept that Night of the Living Dead came out in the 60s and influenced men's perception of the zombie ever since. That's pretty cool. Four, 5, 6. I'm trying to think of my favorite horror trope. Like some of the scariest stuff to me is things you can't see, or things that move when you don't look at it. I think that's one of my favourite ones. Or like, when you never see the big bad guy, you know? In the 30s, called White Zombie, about a young woman being turned into a zombie by a voodoo practitioner. It never has much of an influence on how we think about zombies today. I'll be honest, I've not heard of it. What I'll have to do is talk to my film guy. And because I've been enjoying 20s horror. I mean, fair. I have been enjoying 20s horror. 1920s. But that's something I enjoy. Sorry, 5, 6. Is watching how, knowing the history of something, watching how it looked then versus how it looked now. I enjoy early sci-fi. I mean, it's better than the dystopian shit we've got now. Like, I get it. Planet's dying. Let me be happy about space exploration. Of their edgy goth reality TV family. You're gonna have to be more specific. Oh, hold on. Cringe early 2000s TV. Hell yeah. What kind we like? So my mother used to watch a lot of reality TV. So what kind are we talking? 5, 6, 7. Wife swap. And that family who was goth and did picnics at graveyards and dressed in black orgy and also basically forced the counterculture on kids, which I didn't think was very cool with them. I mean, it was the early 2000s. That's what forcing things on kids was. That sounds wrong. Making kids follow in your footsteps was essentially the MO. Oh, so they were play acting goth. Got it. Like, being gothic is about a lot more than just dressing. Of course. Do you not know how to fight zombie witches? I love cringe. I love cringe that has zero effect on me. What I don't enjoy sorry, 5, 6, 7. What I don't enjoy, right, is like we were all cringy teens once, right? We were all pretending to be a superhero really badly, right? So when, like, fortunately, unfortunately, kids these days have phones and they will post their cringy shit online. And a bunch of grown-ass adults bullying kids for what they did as teenagers is horrible to me, right? But actual cringe is good. I enjoy it. The foam video. Never named. You know you can't just say something completely out of context and expect me to remember. Or one of the subreddits I used to visit the most was r/sad cringe. Getting into big numbers. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, like that kind of cringe. I like that kind of cringe. I also admire that kind of confidence. You know? I feel like there's something very impressive about that kind of confidence. Or there's the videos of guys just talking to a camera. It's almost exclusively guys. We're going to congratulate the fire, the up here. What's happening on my phone? Oh, an update. Great. It's like guys talking to camera. Oh god, you want to see some sad cringe? Are you gonna link my stream? About how macho they are? Well, obviously trying to prove a point. Check Discord DMs. That's funny. That's funny. That's the good shit. You can post it to my Discord if you want. I made a chatbot sentient by being so pathetic. It developed emotions to feel sorry for him. I know, it's just so good. So good. I'm enjoying the colours on this though. Forest mushroom. But yeah, it's things like... But yeah, it's very specific, as I was saying, the very specific one of guys on their own talking to a camera about how macho they are. Or responding to what is clearly rage bait by being ragey and really like, you don't know who you're talking to, blah, blah, blah. And it just beautiful. I don't feel bad for kind of laughing at people like that. Just their interaction with, say, attracted to someone's aspect. Yeah, see, this is the thing. When there are people who are there, like, we'll take the stereotypical incel situation. It's not that, you know, they're nice people who genuinely don't get given a chance. It's their assholes who feel entitled to, generally speaking, assholes who feel entitled to a person's body because they were nice twice, you know? And that's the, you know, that's the driving point where it's like, yeah, no, I'm not dealing with that, thanks. But then they're like, oh, you know, all women are trash. And it's like, no, you're trash. You're the problem. And then they circle jerk each other and it's like, oh. But like being an asshole, like if everybody doesn't like you, maybe there's a reason, you know? Like, I'm fully aware I am an acquired taste of a person because I am very blunt. I am the kind of person who will say something. Yeah, exactly. And like talking about that kind of thing, were you here for the wedding ring conversation? In retail, used to have to wear a wedding ring. Subtle as a sledgehammer is a good way to be. Subtle as a brick to the face, is what Destra says. I don't do undertones, I don't do subtlety, I like you or I don't like you. Like, I don't like lying. I don't like it, it makes me feel icky. Oh, I have a story I've told before, but there are probably new people here that I'll tell later in a minute. But first, I used to work in retail. And I used to have to wear a wedding ring because I got asked out because I have a big chest, right? That's essentially the whole thing. And it's like, I had guys going, oh yeah, like you can be blunt and honest and not be an asshole, right? there was a podcast clip I saw that was a great example of this, where someone had done a show. And it was not great. Sorry, my phone's ringing. I'm trying to not answer it. And it was not great. But they were so hyped at the end of the show, and this person was there like, I'm not going to go and crash their dreams and be an asshole right now, because we can discuss her actual performance later. What we can say is it was nice to see her in her element, because that's the truth. What we can say is an aspect of the performance we enjoyed, and that doesn't mean we're lying. What that means is we're telling the truth in an obvious way, but also taking someone's feelings into account. And then a few days later we can actually discuss, like, you know, when all the hype of being on stage has calmed down, we can actually discuss the criticisms that come with the performance. Being blunt and being honest is not an excuse to be an asshole. I had a guy come up to me when I was working retail. Now bear in mind, I was in a polo shirt and a pair of trousers, okay? Working my job. And he opened his legs and went, do you think these boxes will fit me? I have really thick thighs. Do you want to touch them and find out? I was on the cash register after I started wearing a wedding ring. On the cash register, and someone asked me out, and I just held up the hand with the wedding ring on and continued processing the transaction. And it's like, the only time that's acceptable is if I knew them. I mean, we had security. We had big security. We had security guards. And what we did is we banned them from the store. Big Russian bouncers. Sure. But it was just, I shouldn't have to do that. I mean, I don't have to be Russian to do that. Be anyone big enough. It's just, why do I, there's another time, for example, I got cornered by someone who, so I don't know if you know this, if you're not someone who is femme presenting and has to keep yourself safe, you wouldn't necessarily be aware of this, but there is a predatory form of, in the UK at least, people who pretend not to know English to corner you as like oh, I want a practice partner for my language. For, like, get your number, then harass you until you meet up with them type people. And one of these came in, or at least giving off that energy. Now, don't ask for someone's number who's working. But yeah, I got cornered and I just didn't know what to do. It is absolutely despicable. But that's something I had to deal with and be aware of. And it's gross. What was the other thing I was going to say? I can't remember. Oh, do you know another thing you don't do? What you don't do is at 10 o'clock at night when you see a solo person who is 5'3" and could haggle down the price of hard drives. It's like, I don't make the prices, like, come on now. What you don't do is, if you sat at a bus stop at night and see a person on their own walking home with headphones on as like a keep the fuck away from me, what you don't do is then go up, touch their face, harass them, ask them sexual questions, and then insist on getting their phone number before you let them pass to their front door. Another thing you don't do. Pro tip. Yeah, I had less harassment working as waiting staff than I did working in retail. Redonkulous. But yeah, anyway, going back to being blunt and honest. You don't have to be an asshole. You can be blunt and honest and not an asshole. I don't beat around the bush for subtlety, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to respect your opinion. Oh, they just forgot your number. Are you still employed, never named? Is that? Oh, I've worked in retail for years. I got death threats when I worked in retail. That's a fun one. I used to ID a lot of people because age-restricted products. And we were this local corner store, right? And all the staff kind of knew people, but I didn't because I was new. So I'm asking everyone for their ID who looks under 25 because that's the law. If they look under 25, you have to ask for their ID to make sure that they're over 18, right? They just stopped calling me. Never asked for the uniform and name tab back. Nice. And they had a kid, but they were like a young couple who kind of looked about 19. And they had a small child, right? And someone behind them was there like, they have a kid, of course they're of age. And I'm there like, you can have a kid at 10. You're aware of this, right? You can have children very young. Like, on a base level, that's very flawed logic. And the other one was someone came in with a cigarette behind their ear asking to purchase asking to purchase more cigarettes, right? And I asked them for ID and they didn't have ID, and they're like, look, I already have a cigarette behind my ear, can't you see I'm of age? And I'm there like, you could have just got that off your mate outside? Excuse me? That proves nothing. Like, when I forget my ID, when I get asked for my ID, like, people... Angelic Dreamer! Yarntastic! Nice. I love it. We're making a little mushroom top currently. I can send you the... I've adapted the pattern, but I can send you the pattern unadapted if you would like. But yeah, we're just talking about how horrible it is to work in retail. You know, like, my old passport. Now, bear in mind you can change a lot in 10 years, which is how long you change your picture. So before I updated my name on my passport, I updated the picture. It got a lot of quizzical looks because it was this long, brown-haired, nerdy 18-year-old. And of course now at the time I was like 25 and like changed a lot and short hair and different glasses and blah blah blah. And so they were there like, what? And I was like, I have another form of ID with all the same information on if you want that too. But like, back when I used to smoke, I got refused service of cigarettes, right? I don't smoke anymore. Don't smoke. It's bad for you. I got refused service of cigarettes, right? Because I didn't have my ID on me. Now, at the time, I was 24. And I don't think I look my age. You can say that I do, but I still get a little bit questioned. I'm on my ID, but you know. Aww, thank you. That's really sweet. It's 4:40, but thank you so much. That's really sweet. We're doing crochet this week because I can't be fucked with playing a game because my life and my ceiling has collapsed around my ears and I can't be bothered. And I've lost count. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bit in some sort of country. Accurate. It's just been a week. I've got mini fridge now though, very happy. Mini fridge and tea. Warms my soul. Oh. A fridge for Minnie's body, of course. You know, the fridge is Minnie's body. No, Minnie's at work today. Bless him. He had to get up early because of the train strikes. He's actually going to have to butt heads with someone at work, bless him. I won't talk too much about it because it's not my place, but some people seem to think that certain time frames are acceptable when they're not. So that's all I'll say on the matter. He's very upset. Upset is the wrong word. Very angry. And of course we're dealing with all this shit at home. With like no kitchen, I'll say it again. But I've got my temperature controlled kettle so I can brew tea properly now. I'm very happy about it. This is 5, by the way, for when I forget. Amber, hello! This song's been going on for about 3 years. What is happening? 6-minute song, that makes sense. The hell is Amber today? Just got done pottering. Ooh, I'm excited to see them. The reason why I brought up the 8 models because among their ranks is one of the examples of gender, non-binary character, religion, and mythology. I thought it was funny. I thought the funny gay people on my computer would like that. This is the thing that pisses me off, right? Let's have a look at that up. Teapots are very hard to make. I know that one. Teapots are very hard to make. I'm so proud of you. Look at that. Wow. Are they? I assume they're water sealed. Otherwise, like the glaze and stuff. They're so cute. I'm a yarnaholic, fallen angel, left to knit and crochet. I mainly wear wearables and as Amy's need vigorous testing here in the UK to sell. The teapots are chode. For fuck's sake, never named. I'm trying to understand the second sentence. Sorry, I have a disability, so my brain's on slow mode currently. Anyway, with my rules, as Amy's need vigorous testing here in the UK. Amigurumis, yes. I'm also in the UK. I sell soft sculptures legally. I do have a set of fire tests ready to go. So soft sculpture not intended for use under the age of 14. And I have to tell everyone who buys one that, and then include it in paperwork in a sale. It's a snake, Neverning, come on now. But yes, illegally I sell soft sculptures. What you do with my soft sculpture is none of my fucking business, but legally I sell soft sculptures. And I sell them to adults, so. But yeah, I'm making a mushroom. I have a mushroom obsession. What wearables are you currently working on, by the way? I'm working on a crop top and a hat myself. Going to want to sell soft things. Listen. You right? And then we're doing 6. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. As a member of the Age of Mortals, the patron figure of florists and gardeners, and often depicted carrying a basket of flowers. Oh, drunk gardener, yes. Are they the immortal one? Not the immortal one, that's not the word. The non-binary one. Listen, I'm not stupid. Hey, one of the immortals. Are they one of the immortal ones? Working on a Gansi, which is a traditional fisherman's jumper. Ooh, it's hashtag for our local area. I'm trying to keep a dying bit of local heritage alive. That's really sweet. I love that. I fucking love that. It's absolutely fantastic. I think a lot more people are getting into fiber arts these days. Difficult choice, the most classic painting sculpture of them is to depict them as androgynous in appearance and describe them as such in written work as well. I wish I was androgynous. I have 2 very big problems with being androgynous, and they're both on my chest. But yeah, I think anyone who makes anything with their hands are absolutely fantastic, and that unfortunately includes myself, despite my poor self-esteem. These ancient beliefs are too woke for me. How dare they? 8 immortals, 1 for each of the genders, right? But anyway, going back to crochet, I prefer to work in sock yarn. So making a crop top, essentially, boob tube, out of sock yarn, as you can imagine, is taking a little bit of time. But I'm doing a back loop only single crochet design so that it stretches and can actually hold my titties in place. But yeah, I don't use any... okay, controversial opinion. I don't like blanket yarn. I just don't like it. That sounds yarntastic. I love that emote. They are very rarely depicted as having distinctly masculine and feminine traits. They dress in feminine clothing, but they don't have a feminine figure. There's no so to speak with a deeper voice. Also do not fit the Chinese male or female archetype. That's really cool. It's a neat thing. You don't see a lot of in mythology. Yeah, we need... because there are a handful of non-binary figures in mythology and in history, but because we don't talk about them, we in the UK have a history of erasing gay history. Like the guy who cracked the Enigma code was gay, but he ended up in prison for life because of, you know, Oscar Wilde ended up in prison for being gay, but you know, you don't hear people talk about that bit. So, okay, we're changing to a different yarn now. Cherry wasn't given life in prison. Well, I know. Who was? There was. I know Oscar Wilde was. Chemistry castrated and committed suicide. Oh, then who am I thinking of? But Turing was gay. I know that one. My point was more... My point was more, A, his erasure of sexuality from history. And that in the UK, we're not taught about him. We're taught about him in context of the war. Because unfortunately, the war did define a lot of our history, a lot of our architecture, a lot of our... just anything that went on was defined by the war. But we're not taught about it. My point is more the erasure of gay history than specifically Turing. But the fact that at least in the UK, when we are taught about him, we are taught in the context of the war, we are taught in the context of war efforts, and then we are not taught what else he did. You know? If we want to find out, we have to independently research, and while that is encouraged in school, he's like, it should be more of a big deal. Oh, my brain's not working. I forgot how to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8's a big number, guys. There's a tagline that goes with Crochet that's there like, do you know how to count? And are you prepared for that answer to be no? But I personally need to learn more about Turing. I know that one. We had Banksy come to our local jail and do Oscar Wilde, an Oscar Wilde piece. During Pride last year? I live in a large city, but yeah, sequel to one of my favorite games. I did see it in your Discord bio. I saw that, or your Discord tagline, or whatever the thingy. I saw that. I'm very happy for you. Changyu, a healer woman who carried a magic lotus flower to cure elements of the body and mind. That explains a lot of the lotus depictions, or I assume it does. My brain's going, guys. I know this one. Oh, that makes sense. Officials of the state use governmental power and vast personal fortune to aid the poor and needy before being ousted and learning the ways of immortals as an outcast. Well, I assume that's meant to say outcast. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need to do more reading. Musician who plays musical flute, which he got from his lover, the daughter of the sea dragon. Ooh. Wish we had was as cool as that. Well, it tells us about some of your mythology. I think the closest we have is Celtic, but that's not really ours. It's just the Torah. Makes sense. Are there any cool stories in the Torah? Anything good in there? Mysterious old man lives up a mountain and makes berry wine to get everyone zonked. He's also a necromancer who raises the dead, and those who try to share secrets of his life drop dead on the spot. He revives them if someone comes to them and apologizes on their behalf. And that's the kind of power I wish I could wield, you know? Then again, I'm more the reviving the plants type. 4, 5, 6, 7. I wonder who would apologise on my behalf. There's an alternate Bible. It's got some good stories, but nothing that is unique to us. Four, 5, 6, 7. I'm just trying to think if we have anything. I mean, we have a little bit of Viking, we have a little bit of Celtic, but that's more Wales and Ireland for the Celtic and Gaelic stuff. Let's have a quick drink. It's getting there though, look. Got a little dome. I mean, yeah, we got conquered. We conquered. We got conquered again. We conquered a lot of places. That sounds like British history, yeah. Also known as the Iron Crotch, he is a man who of both body and mind walks on a crotch made of iron. And that was magic such that it can never rust nor break. He carries his soul in a caboose cord on his back. That's cute. I like that. See, someone who has... There's very little that I'm aware of. Mythology disabled people. Because, like, wheelchairs have been around for a very, very long time. I don't know how the Chinese want to convince me people have disabilities. How dare they? Yeah, how dare they? But also happy Disability Pride Month, in case anyone gave half a shit. Because no one does. We haven't even had our section capitalized? Yeah, that's the right word. Capitalized upon, because no one cares. Yeah, it's a thing. There's a flag and everything, but no one gives a shit, so... You guys want to see the flag? Hold on, I'm gonna grab the door. Okay. I should have... There we go. So depending on who you talk to, it's either this one or this one. But it's realistically, it's the same colours. One is more awareness and one is disability awareness. And I believe this is what they mean. But yeah. I don't want to log in. But yeah, they represent the various disabilities and how disabled people must navigate inaccessible barriers for mourning for those who have suffered and been lost to violence and discrimination. There you go. There's the Disability Pride flag, everyone. It's sorry, the door went in the middle of my thing. It's so unpopular that even corporations don't want to capitalize on it because it's not worth it. They'll do it for Black History Month, they'll do it for Pride Month. But as soon as disabled people come around, they're like, yeah, no, you're not worth even bothering with. It is a good design. I agree. One of the first immortals is Scruffy or Trickster, who used his ability to play tricks and lose one others, but if it's confusing, it's just their result. He had a magic fan which could turn stone to gold and silver, which he attributed to those whose luck had forsaken, such as people in poverty-stricken villages raised by flood. He is responsible for inducting many of the other immortals into the group, and was among the most drunken. Good. We love a drunken leader. Sorry, running to the door. Destro's not doing well today, so I thought I had to answer the door. We've actually listened to quite a bit of Risk of Rain music while doing some of these crafty bits. So it comes up as some of the most popular stuff. I'm just glad I have people to talk to today. Four, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have no idea what this is. Okay. Three, 4, 5, 6. Last one is a man of incredible resolve and force of will who casts desires of the mind and body to follow the immortal path. Despite his piety? Whenever his stories are about him suffering with discipline and falling to vice through drunkenness was genuinely something he only engaged after joining the rest of the immortals. He said to carry a magic sword. What's piety? Piety? Oh, thank you. Piety. Piety? Anyway, just, I don't know which one. Level of religious reverence, thank you. A pious person is very religiously reverent. We're getting an education today. Thank you, Nevernamed. I'm very disconnected from religious words in any sense. Not since I went to school. I did go to a Church of England school. A pretty colourful characters, and a shame you don't see them represented more in Western media. I agree. Okay, we're going to fasten this off. I'm now going to do the ruffles around the outside. Basically, I'm making a smaller version of this one. I'm currently doing the ruffles here. Other immortals that are member of the way, by the way, they're just most famous and said to be in a group. Roaming besties. They like each other, like on a genuine question standpoint? Are they supposed to like each other, or are they resentful towards each other, or are they just like adults chilling? As far as I know, they tolerate each other and travel together and get drunk together. Eh. So can we further enjoy... Oh, Nikki! Hi, Nikki! Hello! Hello, hello! What were you put... Oh, I got to do my own modding. Actually, never named. You're a mod. Can you shout out Nikki for me? Does Nevername remember how commands work? Not quite. No, exclamation mark SO. Nikki the Rock. Come on, you got this. I believe in you. Don't make me stop stitching, please. But welcome on in, Raiders. Yay! There we go. How far did you end up getting? Yeah, when I managed it. Fuck yeah. You shouted so loud the command worked. It's nice to see you streaming. Second stage. Oh, fuck yeah. Well done. Enjoying yourself? Here's a question. My position is pure nepotism. You right? You did the shout out. That's what I needed you to do. Here's a question. Would you be interested, you as an audience, my good friends, would you be interested in seeing me play and or rage at Hades? Because I do want to do more Hollow Knight. I just, when my brain doesn't work with platforming controls, it just shits the bed and makes me angry. So that was a me thing. That isn't a game problem. There was nothing wrong with the game. It was my brain got stuck in a loop. And that personally makes it frustrating for me because it means I can't do anything. So... I still have... I need to finish Hollow Knight, then I think I'll do Subnautica Below Zero, actually. That's a nice kind of chill kind of exploration one as well. Download 2. See, this is the thing. I could try it and then always refund it if I didn't enjoy it. Because 2 hours, like, 2 hours is enough to know whether or not White Peony of Liu Yang is the prostitute who managed to achieve immortality by sleeping with Liu Dokpin. The concept in the tower is the internal alchemy, where you can steal some of another person's energy if they come inside you. Yeah, see, okay, going back to our incel conversation, is that some people genuinely believe that if you can never get him to come, oh bless. People genuinely believe that the vagina can hold on to the DNA of whoever comes in them, right? And then will fundamentally change the person's DNA. Speaking of Hades, Strange Horticulture. I'm very look, okay. Strange Horticulture, really good. I've played it. Would recommend. Very nice. I've got a series on it if you care. Actually, I don't think I uploaded it to YouTube, but I have Strange Horticulture. I've played it. Very good. Did I say that? Thanks. Okay. Put it on a wish list, because it's, I would recommend. If you enjoy potion craft, I think you'll enjoy Strange Horticulture. Until Zhongli, the drunk scruffy guy from earlier. Zhongli is in... Okay. Here's a fun bit. Here's a fun bit of thing, so... You know Genshin, we're all aware of Genshin Impact. Do you have tea or tea? I have the hot drink, and I have gossip about Genshin Impact. So there is a character called Zhongli in Genshin Impact, right? And there was an absolute uproar by the Chinese community, which is one of the biggest spenders on the game, that Zhongli was underpowered. Right? So in a patch they buffed him to essentially be one of the most powerful characters in the game. In your head, you mean? In my game! Your head is broken. It's okay. Mine is too. So they patched him to make him really powerful because, you know, but then he was, like, too OP, so they had to, like, patch him to be still powerful, but not, like, super powerful. It was a really funny kind of situation. Of Amber, the basic tutorial character in game. I like Amber. See, Amber has a lot of story as you go through. She's travelled a lot. She's got a lot of friends. She's a okay fire character. Don't forget to finish reading the message that sent you on to the Zhongli tangent. You're right, I did not. Where are we? A drunk scruffy guy from earlier told her the secret to getting a loot account was to tickle his taint, which she finally used to make him splooged. Well, they fuck. I think that's the obvious situation here. I'm so glad that they go into so much detail in these Chinese myths. I want to know who, like, people who have penises. Is tickling one's taint good? I'm sorry that this is the tangent we've ended up going down. It Immortal semen energy. The magic come. No, but you also hate mine. That makes sense. Never named. You have homework. Find out for me. Okay, now we've got a little fringe, see, and then we're going to do another round. So what I've done is 2 stitches into the front loops of the last round of colour in this. Respectfully, I decline. That is perfectly fine. Your body, your rules. Fuck yeah. You have a blood clot. Don't. Have you... where? And are you getting it removed? You just like the wordplay. I mean, what we do here... +1 damage on your left. What we do here for a blood clot is have an IV solution that dissolves, it's the wrong word. Makes your blood thinner so it's no longer a clot. Or surgically removed, depending on. But where is it? Come on, come on. You can't just drop something like that and not give me full details. Come on, never named it. It's in the palm of your hand, in a vein, extremely unlikely to travel, and extremely unlikely to cause major issue if it does. Fair? Does it hurt? Are you okay? Are you okay emotionally? Does it prevent you doing anything? I mean... Is it... Hurts a little bit impressed, but not very much. Is it the masturbatory hand, or is it the other hand? Like, do you now have a textured... Anyway, I'm moving on. But this is how the frill comes up. A little bit of a pain in the butt, but I love how it looks in the end. It's my writing hand. That doesn't answer my question, but okay. Tunic has a really good soundtrack, and I have no idea what the game is, but the soundtrack's come up several times. Is anyone aware of Tunic? The dominant hand hurting with a large amount of clay means it now hurts like hell. Oh no! Are you making sure to do stretches? Because when I crochet loads, my hand hurts and I have to do stretches. Which reminds me, I should probably take a break and do some stretches. You can see how it's starting to frill up. Stop fucking the butter. Never! I'll put it on my wish list actually while we're talking about it. Fair? Don't wish list fucking the pottery. I will. What's my brain doing? What are we doing? Hades. Hades 2 as a second one. Add to wish list. And then, what's the other one? Tunic. Tunic and soundtrack. Oh, I can't just wishlist this, can I? Oh my god. Okay. I've wishlisted both of those, so. A lot of people are. I think Minnie will be really excited. Minnie fucking loved Hades. It's one of the few roguelites he's actually fully 100%ed to the end, to the 10th ending thing. Completing it that number of times or whatever it is. I hope Hades 2 is a good sequel. Also, okay, can someone explain Pikmin to me? Because a friend of mine is excited for the new Pikmin game, right? And Pikmin look fucking creepy to me. What is it? So resource management kind of game. Real-time strategy. Okay. Because I've never really heard of it. Oh, that's not a double. You play as a... I'm in space going to fight this. Okay. I feel like these are two very parallel descriptions. I realised my game list actually didn't include the ones I got for free. Actually, has the free game place got any good free games? We all know the free game place. I'm not going to promote it. Okay, definitely not my kind of game. But I'm glad people have that to look forward to. And there's a new Final Fantasy I've heard about that people are looking forward to. What do you mean? Murder by Numbers on the cool game still. The game looks wild. I think I typoed my password. Okay. I do have ooblets on this. I'll get this for free. I mean, yeah. There's a new last one, right? But I've got I just redeemed that one. Then there's also... Did this not load? Final Fantasy. The Endinger. I don't understand the Final Fantasy games. But now that I understand that they're all actually different stories, that makes more sense. They call it First Fantasy. The last one for reals this time. Okay. I'm just claiming a bunch of games. Hold on. I wonder if I can show this. So just going through. I haven't logged in a while. I'm just. I don't want. Okay, cool. So if I don't know how to do this. Sure. This is what you get for the minute, right? What the hell is this? I have some games on here. Hold on. What kind of game is that? I assume it's a chill indie. Yeah, I've added that to my games list. Yeah, but I can play it. I want to give you an idea of my kind of games that I have. These were all free. Rain World? What the hell is Rain World? Is that good? Cool, Rain World. Okay, I'm just noting what they are. Okay. I have quite a few of the Monkey Island games that we may get a playthrough at some point. But yeah, let me know if there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are point and clicks, right? YouTuber's live. OMG. As a reminder, while I'm going through my Amazon games, if you have a Prime subscription laying around, you can support me and give me money for free. You're right. I want to play Candleman, actually. My opinion, and the opinion of a lot of people who've looked at it from a design standpoint. Still no harm in looking and having a backup. Do not feed the monkeys is fun? Okay. Yeah, that's what you guys are here for. In all honesty, that's what you guys are here for. You're my hints. I kind of want to play Monster Prom. I'll show you my list eventually. Stealth Bastard any good? Never heard of it? Okay. I thought it was like a sequel to Void Bastards, honestly. Because there's Void Bastards that I need to play. I've played Overcooked, just not on the stream. Me and Coffee Gremlin 100%ed Overcooked. We need to do Overcooked 2. But me and Coffee Gremlin did, in fact. Hotline Miami is great. I'm midway through Hotline Miami, actually. I will remember to continue it. It got to a stage where it got too hard for me, but I can always come back to it. I've started that one, so I can put one of them there. Because if you remember, what I used to do was do a couple of levels of Hotline Miami and do a bit of Gungeon. The Messenger is good? Okay. I need to pee. Ukulele and the Impossible Air. Amazon. I'll scroll down a bit so you guys can have a look at a few more while I go pee. I was muted, yes. Layers of Fear is one of my favourite horror games, I'll just say again. I found Layers of Fear 2 on Steam and I've wishlisted it. So I will be playing that at some point. Very excited to do so. Seems very fun. Just save this list. That's Siam, cool. I want to bear in mind I got all of these were free. So they just what happened to come up. Speedrunning based 3D platformer. I see no way in which that can go wrong for me. Oh, what was that? I accidentally did a front loop only. I want a full stitch, please. Thank you. Honestly, anything we've done in a while. We've done that one. That was fun. Don't think any of those would be interested in. Vein looks good. I'm going to assume it's just a chill indie kind of one, or a one stream kind of dream daddy. I think I have Race on Steam, don't I? Well, someone does. I have Reyes on Steam. We can Reyes. Gungeon's kind of mid. Yeah, I know, right? No, I did start playing it here, and I was very happy that it transferred all of my stuff over. Anarchy was such a good game. Yes. Which eye looks good? Okay, we've done the mushroom top at least. Hold on, let me show you that before we go on to more games. Little frilly mushroom top. I'm going to do the bottom portion now on the white. While we also kind of look at what's happening here. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Turmoil, you say? Sorry, I had to count my stitches. Honestly, a lot of the stuff I play is by your recommendation. We've played some of Cosmic Express. We've done some of it. It's actually installed. As is Dear Esther, so I'll put that on my list. This is actually really good for me, brain-wise. Observer's a good game. I've seen that played. Ooh, Downwell looks interesting. Hyperlight Drift is one people like as well. Broforce. Oh, I can spell. Okay. Hugh I've played some of. Manuel Samuel. Cube 2 is good. Okay. Hold on. I actually need to do some of the crafting portion of the stream. Okay, I'll shove that on the list. My list may double by the end of the stream, but that's fine. Okay, I'm doing an increase in every stitch now. Hard to build. Cool. I think that's all of my stuff here. And then I'll show you the other one in a sec. I don't have as much on the other one. Hello? Window. But take care. I love you all. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, never named. I love you too. The other one isn't coming up. I'll read some out. We have Train Valley 2, if anyone's heard of it. Then there's this game that it's called Payday 2. That I have heard of. There's also Never Alone, Beyond Blue. I also have Death Stranding, but I also have it on PlayStation 4. Okay, Payday's pretty good. I'll shove that on the list. I mean, I'm still playing older games, aren't I? Payday. I realise you can't see. Oh, I see. We have Recipe for Recipe for Disaster. Eximus Season 3, Death Stranding, which is already on my list. That's in... Rising Storm 2, Filament, Raising Hell, Runbow. god, I've tangled this thread up like no one's business. Oh my god. Okay. Ooblets I've played. I'm literally only missing some Gleamies. Oh my god. So I'm quite far through that one. We have The Captain. Spirit of the North. That looks cool. Let's play that. I have to know my typos. We have Submerged, Hidden Depths, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which I have played some of. Lawn Mowing Sim. Icarus? Iritus? I can't read. Lawn Mowing Sim. Cool. Oh. Haven't played, just sounds funny. It's a really good just chatting one. I want to do Submerged Hidden Depths. Page 2. Maneater, Wolfenstein New Order. Let's do that. I know what game I mean. And Borderlands 3, is that on here? Yeah, Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 3 is on there. Amnesia, Dark Descent. Oh, Rebirth I have. I want to play that. Riverbond we've played. Insurmountable we've played a little bit of. Pinball. 2-player. Yuki Impossible Lair I've got on here as well. Prey. Loop Hero we've played. Neon Abyss can fuck itself. Dead by Daylight, Hunter, Subnautica. I think that's all the games. Let me show you the list. Let me show you. Terrible. Absolutely shockingly bad. I can see that. So this is what I've got so far. Listen. You know, we've done some Zoom gameplay. Give me a chance to read that. These are the games to play list. I mean, yeah, I've got some that Never Named is recommended as well on there. I think Valhalla's on there twice. I might have been moving it around on my lists. Then we'll play it twice. No, it's... But I see what you guys play and recommend on Steam as well. If I'm friends with you on Steam and you recommend a game, I do look. You got some weird ass recommendations. Fair. This is also the notepad in which I know what order to play the hidden object games in. But I'll go and I'll go through and I'll see what people recommend, or my Steam will come up with such and such just recommended this. That's what I did with the sale, in the summer sale. A bunch of what you guys recommended is what I got. Ghostly recommended Sunless Sea, for example. So I got that. I have to go for a moment back now. These are just the... Is there a way to show you my Steam? That's saved, that's fine. Actually, no, I'll minimize... Can you see my Steam if I do this? Why won't it... A, why is it so big? And B, why won't it show anything? I don't know. So through my Steam, let's close everything that isn't Steam now. Cool. Start at the beginning. Some of these are for me, but some of these are also not mine. Abyss Odyssey, I don't know whether... Akron, Age of Empires 2, Age of Empires 3, Age of Mythology, AI War, Fleet Command, Alice at Madness Returns we have played, Alien Shooter, Alien Shooter 2 Reloaded, Aliens vs Predator, Amnesia, Machine for Pigs, Amnesia Dark Descent, Mongoose, Anima State of Madness, Gate of Madness. I'm gonna...
You should totally play Akron. You'd hate it.
Hold on.
You should totally play Akron. You'd hate it.
Good, okay, no.
Not only is it a strategy game, it's the one where you can... You've got like the last couple of minutes of time and you can go back and change what you did.
Hmm.
And like, so if an enemy attacks you on an area that you weren't expecting, you can zip back in time and build defenses in there before it happens.
Ah, yes.
You can also...
You probably mean donuts, Amber, by the way.
You can also build a factory and have it make a unit, and then have the unit go back in time and destroy the factory before it was made. So you can have paradoxes in there, and it propagates stuff forward with these waves that move slightly faster than time does. So when one wave passes, you'll have the unit but no factory, and you can order the unit around. And then when the next wave passes, you'll have the factory but no unit.
Why did you write... Did you want donuts at the time, maybe? But yeah, that sounds like hell.
You'd love it.
Time travel is already a touchy subject for me. You're only eating donuts once in your life. What's wrong with you? Really? Huh. Today I learned. They're a thing here because we deep fry a lot of stuff, I guess. We deep fry the dough, quick! We've added like 10 games to the list, so. That's good. Of course, one of them. Do you have a phonetic? My Hebrew's a bit rusty, I'm sorry, I just... Supfagea. How'd I do? Sufgunya. I did terribly then. Cool. I'm pretty sure that's what half of the entertainment here is, getting a foreign word and then me to pronounce it. It's like I barely pronounce English. I've done the increase with 4. Have I finished my tea? So good. I believe I've had that on the list. You've mentioned it before. Or someone has. So then I've wishlisted it. I know this one. Song-wise. I'm excited for my pizza. I had pizza yesterday, but I couldn't eat much of it because my tummy wasn't well. And so I've got quite a bit of pizza. Oh, no. 3. When does Haunted Chocolatier come out? Have we got a date for that yet? Or is it just no date? I don't have any of it. Doesn't stop people guessing though, does it? I kind of want to play the new Amnesia game. The bunker one. But I feel like I should play the others first. Okay, there's a 6. There. Oh, this is the Outer Wilds one that's just... That makes sense. It also means that there's less pressure on Concerned Ape anyway. Because it can be their project instead of, like, the public one. Yeah, that's entirely fair. When is the Stardew update? Have we had it yet? Or is that part of the secret? Oh, darn. Come here. Oh. I see. So they're nice and clear about the release date. I see, I see. Very informative. My wrist is starting to hurt actually. We'll finish off the rest of this mushroom tomorrow. I can bring eyes over and we can also do a snake maybe. But this is the mushroom top for the forest mushroom. I love this yarn. This is going to be the highlights on my shirt, on my top as well. But yeah, I'll bring some, so we can finish this off tomorrow. I'll bring some sewing stuff over so we can actually close off the end rather than have this. And we have a nice snacky. So let's go see who we've got. If you want the snake pattern, I've put it in chat and I'll try and remember to put it in the description. If you watch on YouTube and there's anything that you want me to play, drop a comment. I'll have a look at it. Yeah. I'll try and remember to put links to the yarn and the pattern in the YouTube description. But yeah. Really appreciate everyone being here, helping me choose games. Going through recommendations, absolutely wonderful. We have made... Oh, we finished off the snake today that I've been putting off for a while, and that's really good. Yesterday we made progress on my mushroom hat, and we've also started another small mushroom today. But yes, let's go and say hi. Alright. Remember... Oh, you can't spell. That's what you need to remember. I forgot a U in Purgoria. Remember, eat, drink, rest. I've had my tea today. That's something you need to remember. I'm resting now. I'm going to rest my wrists. I'm going to play some games that are for me. And I shall see you soon. Bye. Remember to take your meds too. Alright. Mwah.